Okay, so here is the car. Like 99% of this I don't know where it goes. I shall start with removing the seats. Then I will begin removing absolutely fucking everything. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a lot of work, but it shall be worth it in the end. I shall cut to when the seats are out and everything is sorted. Alright. Okay, I got the seat out. It was a little bit harder than I expected. This bolt is covered by a plastic clip cover, and the rivets that were here that you pry out, it was really hard to get out. Here is the plastic covers with the clips. Those were a bitch to get out, but yeah. Now the seats are out. I get a little bit more room to take out the center console and everything else. I also vacuum the carpet, so it is a little bit nicer to work. I see you when I get the center console out, the glove box out. Okay, so I got the glove box out and the side panel there. Jesus Christ, man, how much fucking wiring this is. There's like a cable clip here to here, and there have been one here. Maybe a little bit dark to see, but yeah. And like weird wiring going everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna fix all this. Okay, so I got the Speedo out. Yeah, it's not really a lot of progress, but my dad was a huge fan of using these instead of soldering or crimping. I mean, they work, but they are so bulky. So I will find the core wiring and cut it and solder it properly to an ECU standard wiring for the audio. And then I have to find out what all this shit is. Okay, so the light went off, but still. So this is the ISO standard for speakers, head units, and that's shit. So that starts there. That was what was plugged in the head unit. And it goes and gets butchered right here. Holy shit, this is ghetto. And then we continue on our wire journey, where the wire changes color like 50 times. Here we just got some stray wires hanging around. We got more freaking butchery of wires. Oh my god. And these aren't even used anymore. Holy shit, man. What the fuck? This is the factory original. Why not just cut off there, toss the wires you don't need, and fix this at the beginning of the loom, so you don't have all this fucking messy shit. So I got the battery out, a few wires. There's a little bit of rust here. One of the nuts was like completely rusted out. 2 seconds. This one might be a little bit hard to see. Yeah, like it looks like a small volcano. I had to drill it out, and then I threaded it. I'm going to clean up some rust by the steel wool. I didn't find the fuel pump wires. There's one right under the car, and there's one in the tank. I found the one that triggered the one under the car, but I couldn't get the in tank to pump. So I will try to figure out where the wire goes inside the car and take it and just ignore all wiring from the ECU. Okay, I found something pretty damn cool. So this car used to have the original Volvo 240 telephone. It was a huge unit and a telephone, old school telephone with wire and everything. And one of the two antennas that is back here was for that telephone. But I found I don't remember the name, but it's like an Ethernet just for the landline phones. I think this is pretty freaking amazing. So I got the intake off, and a lot more wiring is gone. I got this shit I have to remove, and I have to unscrew all the fastening points for the existing wiring harness, and it will go out there. This is the fuel line, and this for the fifth injector, which is used when doing cold starts. That is a mega bitch to get off, because you have to press this clip in, and it's really hard to press it in, and at the meantime it's something behind it, so you can barely get your finger in, and then you have to pull as well. So it's really difficult to do, or more painful to do than difficult, but you get the point. That is the idle air control. I want to remove the bracket that it's on and relocate it somewhere else, so I get a little bit more room here. Of course, the distributor shall be removed and replaced with coils eventually. For now I will just have it there so it's not venting to air. Else I shall do quite a bit of cleaning. That is a heater core element. I decided I want to remove this, and I shall replace this hose with a new one, and maybe in the future I will get a new system. This system had a lot of problems. Heating will just not work at all, so I got pretty tired of it. I will put something in the intake runners so shit doesn't go in there, and then I will try to clean up and below. And this is the flame trap. If you're running shit oil, this will often clog up, but as you can see it looks pretty nice. It has never ever been clean. I might consider cleaning it just for the shits and giggles, but I don't really need to. And then I also have to look at the grounding points and see where the main grounding is. I want the main ground to be on the cylinder head. I want a star point type of ground where every single thing I can use will go onto the cylinder head and be grounded there. This is to avoid the common path impedance grounding, where a current might find an alternative way which is easier than what you want it to go. You want all the grounding at one place, so you get no chance of current going somewhere you don't want it to go. This is often a problem on cars where people don't know what they are doing with grounding. They might get erratic sensor readings or misreadings of everything. You might get a misfire on the coils or distributor if the voltage there suddenly spikes because it found the ground path there. Yeah, so all grounds to the cylinder head, preferably. Yo, so I got the intake off and the entire harness. The harness was actually a little bit smaller than I originally thought it would be. it's not that much to it, really. I'm a little bit scared if there's something critical in the harness that delivers power to like everything. I think all the headlights and all that shit goes through this box. So I not sure until I try to start the car. Right now I'm doing a little bit of cleaning. This is nasty as fuck, and this is pretty clean, and this is nasty as fuck. Just so you can see the difference. After I fixed the plate, gotten the sensors up and running, I have to find out. I really didn't want to have it on that side. I wanted to have it here, so it doesn't have to like run over there and everything. Every sensor is almost here. There's 2 sensors on this side. It will be the cam home sensor and a oil pressure sensor. Those snowcaps, I made them myself. They look really good to be 3D printed. You wouldn't even think it, and they got a way better fastening system than the original. The originals had weak, fragile clips, which always broke. These are also clips, which is probably also going to break, but it's not that fragile compared to the really old ones. And the new copycats use like screws with aluminium spacers and all that shit, which just end up rusting and looks like shit because you got 2 huge screws there. So this is a pretty good design in my opinion. I might be a little bit biased since I made those, but yeah. Okay, so it's clean and the rust is fixed. That is the coolant temperature sensor. This is the gauge temperature sensor, NOx sensor. Those are pretty easy to wire and fix. And down here, it will be I was going to fit a Bosch multi-sensor that measures temperature and pressure as well. But the thread doesn't fit, so I have to make a adapter. I will also fit the home sensor for the cam. And after that I will fix the O2 wideband sensor. Okay, so I finally got the wiring harness from the car into the engine bay, or from the cabin into the engine bay. The ECK unit, the ignition module that was in the car before, is almost a perfect fit for the new Haltech unit. I'm going to find a little bit of foam and put the Haltech unit right where the ECK was. Might be a little bit dark, but it fits almost perfectly. It's a little bit loose, so a little bit of foam right here, and it will be spot on perfect. Right now I'm going to find where I want all the cables to go. Most of them will go straight up, over and down. I really didn't want to do that, but I don't want to drill a new hole on the driver's side for all the cables, so I will just use the existing one since it was a perfect fit. Then I will start wiring every thing I need. I'm currently clear coating the steel piece that is going on the cam wheel, the home signal. It will be screwed in like this, with a medium spacer on the rear and a screw inside. This is made it a lot lighter, so it doesn't have much vibrating mass. and the Speedo wire is a little bit dark, but this provides power and the speed. So I want to cut that off and put it in the ECU, and from the ECU into the speedometer, so I can have compensation for when wheels are a few percentage smaller or bigger, so I get correct speeds at all time. I will chop all the wiring to correct length, and I got all the wiring sorted, going roughly to where it needs to be, to the right side and to the left side of the engine, and a lot of wires inside the car. That solid bunch. I was struggling to find the switched 12-volt wire from the ignition. I probed and couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to go to the key, and I searched online, but I didn't find any of the documentation on what wire was what. So I ended up nicking literally every single wire. I made a little mark and probed to find which one was switched ignition wire for the ECU. It's the blue one, which is rare ships right now. The pink one is the starter, and the yellow ones are accessories. The accessories turn off when you turn the starter on, and the red one is main power to the key. I just wanted to say which one was worse. Yeah. I'm not the best at English. Jesus. I managed to connect TacoMeter adapter that takes digital signal and turns it into a more coil-like signal, so the taco doesn't get confused or misreading. Here is the adapter. This converts the signal, so you get a more sine wave-like. And I also managed to get the multi-display in the 52mm clock socket. The wiring was pretty simple. It got some dimmer function. This car does have a dimmer, but I don't think it's the correct type. Yeah, I will also have to find two new switches for the center console, since I removed the pneumatic air suspension. I will screw this in later when I get a nut that fits right there, and I might drill another hole, fit another one on the other side. I'm using zip ties for holding the harness in place while I measure all the lengths. Still a fuck ton more work, and I just got 2 more days before I have to be finished. It's a lot to do, since I need to figure out where everything does and how the Speedo interprets signals, whether it needs a positive signal for the lights or a negative one. I'll see you when I made a little bit more progress, I guess. Okay, so I got the coils on. These are some ghetto-ass homemade spark plug leads. I do not have anything correct for this, but it is what it is. I might have to use this end on that, so it will be 2 different kinds. I cannot find another of this. What I did with these 3, I spliced 2 spark plug leads together, so they had the correct joint to go on the coil. But yeah, I cannot find another one. I shall order some online, custom made, or something that looks like it fits. And then I will also make stuff to hold the spark plug lead right there, and there, so it looks nice. I have also cut most of the wires to length. What's remaining is the cam sensor and the coils and the oil pressure sensor. I also gotten the ignition wired in. I need to wire the fuel pumps. One fuel pump is right here. This wire and to ground, that's one fuel pump. And another fuel pump is most likely the white one. I believe the black one is the speed sensor. Yeah. So I will also have to look at the speedometer to see how the warning lights work. If they have constant 12 volt and require a ground to light up, or if they require 12 volt and is already grounded to light up. Depending on that, I need to look into how to wire it. Yeah, I also need to get a bolt there, and all the groundings shall go on the bolt right there. So the battery ground will go there, the ECU ground will go there, and the cabin ground will go in there. Exceptions will be the fuel pumps, since they are already grounded to the chassis. So I will not run a new ground for fuel pumps unless I upgrade to a new fuel pump. What many people do, they delete the fuel pump under the car and fit a bigger fuel pump in the rear. The fuel pump in the tank is just a pickup fuel pump. After I cut some the rest of this wire, I will take the whole harness out and start crimping on connectors and make everything look at least kind of nice. I also have to find how I want to do it with the intake. I do not have the muff anymore. I refuse to have it, so I need a pipe to be there. But I don't have a pipe, so it's just going to have some ghetto filter right here. So I am currently working on main wiring harness. I pulled it through the firewall to start terminating it. Right now I'm doing ground wires and power wires and all that shizzle. This is for the coils. And to get the ground, I take main ground. Since these coils have 3 grounding points, but all of them really goes to the same place, so I will just have one grounding wire, but I still need to populate all 3 grounds. So I cut 3 smaller ground cables and I splice them into the main ground like this for every coil until I come to the end. So I take the 3 wires, straighten up a little bit, then I align them 3 flat, and I hold a little bit down, then I strip a little bit more than I usually do. There's some spicy jazz music in the background. It's the radio. I can't really turn it off right now because I am sitting in a very weird spot. And then I take one of these. This is made by TE Connectivity. It's brass open barrel splices. I rip one off. There we go. Usually we want a ratchet one with a leverage arm, so you can get a lot of more force down, but it's pretty hard to do by hand, but it still works. So just straighten it out a little bit, align them, and then I put on the splice. Just being careful, I get all the wires. I hold it down with my nail. I like to use the A1. It doesn't really matter, you can find out which one you like. Looks pretty good. So I'll do the C1 next. It might be a little bit hard to get the wires away from the crimping tool after this crimp. It tends to stick a little bit. There we go. Now it's really tight, and you can jank on it and it will not get out. Heat shrink, preferably dual wall with chisel that insulates when it gets hot. And then you just take it down over the 3 wires.
So here's my setup. I got a wiring diagram, crimping tools and splices and lighter to do the crimping. It's really nice to just have a setup like this. Got some wires and everything.
Found the fuel wires. They were on fuse number 4. This and those yellow and red is the each. The high pressure and low pressure fuel pump. I got the whole effect sensor with about a millimeter clearance. Yeah, it looks pretty good. This looks still ghetto as fuck. I might do a little bit cable management here later. I will fasten this relay box to old ECU. I might just use zip tie since I can't find the original bolts. So just fasten it there and have this behind so it doesn't rattle. I also got a vacuum line. This is barely tight, but it's not really tight. Yeah. Here it's for the map sensor, and everything is connected now. I haven't tried it yet. I'm really scared of how it will go because I haven't tried any while I tested anything while I've been going, just connecting. So now it's time to check everything at the same time, which might be stupid. I 3D printed this bracket for the 52mm gauge art from Haltech. The original brackets are always going too far in on the back, so I made 3 different versions. Okay, so right now I'm trying to fix this. I cut off as little as I could, so I will have most wiring to go with. I'm going to solder this, or these, on this to make it proper. instead of having a trillion adapters. I got schematics here. Took a while to find them, since these wire colors doesn't fit the description, but the numbers do. Not sure you can see that, but those numbers are correct. The rest of the footage for the audio cable install was missing, so I will just end the video here with some photos of the build. Next video I will explain a little bit about starting the car and the issues it had. Yeah.